Making YouTube videos is a lot of fun, but it is a lot of work. I sent the Awesome Rolling Toolbox down the road yesterday with its new owner, Anthony, and I'm sitting here going through some of the video that I have to edit to get up to show you guys what it was like to unpack it for the very last time. And I decided to take a little break here and just show you how things go on behind the scenes here. So I had the camera, a couple of cameras running, the GoPro as well as the main camera, and moving them around throughout the process over a period of about 3 days, 12, 15 hours of video. And I have brought them all into Adobe Premiere Pro. If you look over here in the area where you can see all of my media, I have a folder. Let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3 folders of videos. And if I click those open, you can see how many videos are in each one. So a lot of videos, a lot of hours of video. And so I've gone through all of those and they are in time order. So I've brought them in onto the timeline, or pieces of them onto the timeline, and then gone through them, scrubbed through them, and rough edited them, got the story that I'm trying to tell from beginning to end on the timeline. And then I look at it and see that the total video at that point is around 2 hours. Obviously, that's not going to go on YouTube. Nobody's going to watch 2 hours of me unloading a trailer. The story's cool. A lot of people are following it, but it's not that cool. So I began to tighten up the edit. So I've got the rough edit, meaning I've just sort of got it in, got the story told. And now how much can I take away and still tell the story? The more you can take away from anything, whether you're building a project out of wood or whether you're telling a story in video, the beauty in the art is how much can I take away and the structure is still there. The beauty is still there. That's my thought in putting these videos together. I'm not always successful, but at least that's what I'm trying to do. And hopefully I'm getting better at this over time, at telling the story. So here I am now. I've gone through about 5 times and continue to remove, continue to bring the story, but look at it very critically and say, what can I take out without losing the story? And so I've done that, gone through a number of times, and it's like peeling an onion. I get it and think I need something, and I watch through it again and watch through it again. And even though I'm scrubbing through this, it's a lot of hours of video to go through, and I get a little bored with it, and sometimes I don't see everything clearly, so I take a break and come back to it. And that's where I'm at now. I'm getting close. So I've got these couple of hours that was edited down already. I've got that down to about around 7 minutes. So quite a few hours of video over days with 2 cameras, and I've got it down to, like I said, 7.5 minutes. So here's what I'm doing. I'm at this point now in the timeline. I'm at about 24 seconds, and so I don't know if you can tell from the screen capture here, but these little lines represent cuts. So I've just cut and cut and cut. And so I'm here, and you can see how I'll spread these out a little bit so it's a little clearer. You can see how as I go through here, they're getting short, they look short, and then we get over here to the right and they're a little bit longer. That's because now I'm going through, probably not for the last time, but this is going to be the one where I get the most done, and then I'll go through one more time and get down frame by frame. But this is the one where I'm getting it very close. So you can see that if I scrub through previous, I'm constantly coming off the ramp. Once I get over to the tools, I'm constantly coming off the ramp with the tool and loading the tool. And I thought, okay, well, that's the story. Coming out of the trailer, putting the tools on, or where they're going to go in my current situation where I'm trying to create a shop that'll work for me until I build the next trailer. And so it's off the ramp, set the tool, off the ramp, set the tool. That's the story. That's what I'm doing. But I don't want to bore everybody with me walking back. You know, before I had it where I was putting the tool where it goes, walking back to the trailer, finding the tool in the trailer, bring it back. So if I come back here, so this was my last clean edit. You can see that once I drop the tool, then I would go back in and make my, you know, figure out what I'm going to get next, get the tool, and then come back out with it. And so now what I've done is really the story. You know that I've gone into the trailer and you know I've gotten a tool. The tool is in my hand. So really I want to get to, you know, somewhere right into the end of the ramp, you know, basically. It doesn't have to be exactly. So I'm there. Now I'm going to just come over and I'm going to bring that back. And now I go from setting that tool to coming out with the next tool. And then I disappear there, so that's kind of boring. I'm looking for a place to put that tool. So I've come off the ramp with it, and I'm just about out of frame. So I'm gonna grab my cutter and I'm gonna cut it right there. And then I'm going to scrub through and figure out when, okay, there I'm back. And I'm, where am I gonna put it? Okay, well, I'm gonna lay it there for the moment and just forget about it and move these out of the way. And you know what? That's not really helping the story. So I'm going to go ahead and I am going to, and a ripple delete there. So now I'm back to where I've come out with them. And now I'm back in the trailer looking around again. I'm grab the ladder, checking to make sure I got all the tools out of that area. And there I've got something and about to the ramp. And so I will right click, ripple edit, that drops it. So now I'm coming off the ramp. So you can see those short lines now. They were all long like these over here, and they're getting shorter and shorter. And now if I compress the timeline, I'm down to, well, I haven't lost that much, but I'm down probably about another 15 seconds. When I put up this video and it's looking like it's going to be somewhere around the 5-minute mark, know that it's going to tell a 3-day story in 5 minutes. I hope this look behind the scenes was interesting. If you like these videos, be sure to give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Most important, share it with others. Thanks for taking the time to watch. Have a great day.